interpreter over here. So if anybody who is interested in a sign language interpreter, you may want to sit on this side so that you can see her. This is a regular meeting of the Animal Care Control Board. We're going to be conducting board business. At the end of our meeting, there will be an opportunity for public comment. So the first item on the agenda is approval of board meetings, the minutes from the previous meeting. Do I hear a motion to? So moved. Okay. All in favor? Aye. Okay, minutes are approved. Second item is reappointment of board members. We have some board members whose terms have expired and they need to be reappointed. And Julie?
Resolution? Do you want me to?
Yes.
Okay. So we have two board members who are up for reappointment. One of the board members is John O'Connor, and the other board member is Dr. Coleman. So I guess we need to.
So we have to, I guess, vote by here. Okay. Do we vote for them separately?
Yeah. I think that's the slate. That's the slate.
All right.
Yeah.
Do I hear motion to reappoint John O'Connor?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Okay. All in favor? Yeah. Okay. Good. So that they are reappointed as board members. We also have to elect officers according to our bylaws. We have a treasurer and a secretary. The person who served as treasurer in the past has been Bruce Doniger.
And the chair.
And the chair. Okay. That. We have a nomination for Jay Kuhlman to serve as secretary, and myself nominated as chair. So here, a motion to approve the election of those officers.
So moved.
Okay. All in favor of those officers? Again, Jay Kuhlman, Bruce Doniger, myself. All in favor? Opposed? Okay, officers are elected. We also have, according to our bylaws, a nominating committee. And Julie, you want to?
Well, the bylaws state for a nominating committee to talk about new possibilities for our board, and I think that we were going to ask for volunteers.
Yes, are there, so the idea of the nominating committee is that the committee would look for recommendations for additional board members. So we have anybody who volunteers to be on the nominating committee?
Done it before.
Okay.
I'm happy to.
Okay. So
Bruce?
And the chair is on the board as well.
Okay. So Bruce Doniger, Jay Kuhlman, Patrick Nolan. Anybody else who would want to serve on the nominating committee? Okay. So recording this. All right. All in favor of those four serving on the nominating committee? Aye. Opposed? Okay, so we have our nominating committee. Yes, and it's not on our agenda here, but we also would like to create a fundraising committee. We've had board members express interest in the fundraising committee. Do you want to just say who you are, who want to serve on the fundraising committee? Patrick Nolan, Jay Kuhlman, Bruce Doniger. Anybody else who'd like to serve on the fundraising committee? I hear a motion to approve that group to serve as our fundraising committee. Motion. Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. So the fundraising committee, and I'd like to ask them to report back at the next board meeting on their discussions.
Patrick should be the chairman. Sure.
Okay. So the proposal is Patrick chair that group. The group and select its own chairman. That sounds fine to me. Okay. All right. Moving on to executive director's report. Julie Banks.
Great. Thank you.
The next item on our agenda is the line of credit. Is this something we need to reauthorize?
Yes. It's not that we plan on using the line of credit, but we do have a revolving line of credit that we need to use. So we just have a resolution that everybody needs to sign authorizing us to re-up the line of credit if we want to. The good news is that they've authorized a $500,000 line of credit this year versus a $300,000 line of credit, which says we're doing a little bit better. But
anything you want to add to that, Bruce?
No, other than it reflects the continued confidence in the financial management firm.
So again, the line of credit, we don't use the line of credit unless.
Well, we use the line of credit to balance payment flow and revenue flow for DOH. But it was paid down. How many months was the line of credit open for, do you think?
10 months.
And it was paid down at that year.
Okay. Do we need to take a board vote on that?
Yes.
You just have to vote that you'll authorize the line of credit to be
All
opened
right.
again.
So moved.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay.
And then there's a signature going around for you.
All right, yeah, please sign there. While we're doing that, the next item on the agenda has to do with the authorization of population control fund. I'm going to ask Dan Cassidy, you could just, in the health department, talk a little bit about the population control fund and what this item is about.
Sure, happy to do so. You may be aware that historically there's been a differential in fees charged for dog licenses for older versus unaltered animals. That differential has been transmitted on a regular basis by New York City for licenses issued by the City of New York. It's been transmitted to the State Department of Agriculture and Markets, which manage the population control fund. Last year, the state legislature voted to turn over that population control fund authority to the localities. New York City is involved in the process of rulemaking for the expenditure of those funds. We have been informed unofficially that there is approximately $160,000 in accrued money that was unspent in the prior population fund, and we will go forward with retaining the differential in New York City, enabling the department to expend it for the purposes of the broad purposes of animal population control, providing spay and neuter at low or no cost, promoting responsible pet ownership, as well as other activities. The resolution before you would authorize the AC&C to enter into negotiations with the Department of Health at the time when such funds may be available. The AC&C will not necessarily be the only organization that would receive funds, but it would enable us to go ahead and discuss with you what that set of services might be for the sake of future funding.
So what we need is a motion to authorize AC&C to enter into negotiations with the health department to receive potentially a portion of that funding that's available. Is there a motion? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, motion passes. Good. So good news as far as funding concerned, at least potentially. Okay, we are now entering the public comment period. And I apologize for starting late here today. What I would like to ask is for those board members who could stay a little bit longer than 11:30, you could stay until 11:40 or so we have some opportunity for public comment. For those people who would like to speak, here's your opportunity to speak. I would ask you to try to keep your comments at 3 minutes, because I know the time is short and other people may want to speak. And we will, if we respond, also try to respond quickly so that people have an opportunity.
I would like to say something. Hello, my name